Others say she's something older, but I know this much. She found me when I was most broken, and every time I leave, I feel her breath just behind me, like she's waiting for me to come back or never leave again. What if the most beautiful thing you've ever seen wasn't human? Tonight's story will pull you deep into a forest where silence breathes and eyes in the shadows are watching. If this tale chills your spine and lingers in your thoughts, don't forget to like, comment your theory, and subscribe for more stories that haunt the edge of reality. They say the forest is quiet, but only for those who know how to listen. For the rest of the world, it's just trees and wind and old soil. But for me, it became a sanctuary, or maybe a trap. My name is Julien. I wasn't running away, but I also wasn't moving forward. After my engagement was called off, and my father died within the same month, I started walking. I didn't know where I was going. I just knew I had to leave the noise of people, of pity, of promises I didn't believe in anymore. That's when I found the forest. It had no sign, no path, just an opening between two trees, like a mouth waiting for someone foolish enough to walk in. And I did, with nothing but a bottle of water, a notebook, and my sadness pressed deep in my chest like a second heartbeat. At first, it was peaceful. Birds above, leaves whispering with the breeze. But then something shifted. I wasn't alone. She appeared between the trees, not with a scream or a crash, but with silence. Complete and terrifying silence. She stood barefoot on the moss, her black hair draped over a white dress that looked too old to be worn, but too clean to be forgotten. Her eyes were wrong, not evil, not glowing, just too still. And when she smiled, I forgot to breathe. She didn't speak. Not that day. She just turned and walked deeper into the woods, stopping only once to glance over her shoulder. I followed. I don't remember how long I walked. It could have been minutes or hours. But when I stopped, she was gone. And I was standing in front of a cabin, wooden, silent, no smoke, no door. I didn't enter. I couldn't. My legs wouldn't move. But I came back the next day, and the day after that. Each time I entered the forest alone, she appeared. Sometimes closer, sometimes farther, but always watching, and always waiting. I stopped telling people. My friends in the city already thought I was spiraling, but they didn't see what I saw. They didn't feel the strange calm that followed her, the way the forest bent around her presence like a soft breath in winter air. I began to dream of her. In those dreams, she spoke, always one sentence at a time. Do you remember me? You left before? This time, don't go. I tried to find her outside the forest. I searched old maps, archives, local legends. Some villagers whispered about a woman who died 100 years ago on her wedding day, ran into the woods in her dress, never came back. Some say her spirit still waits for her groom, haunting any man who enters alone. But none of those stories felt right, because I wasn't afraid of her. I was afraid of losing her. On my 10th visit, she touched me, just the tip of her fingers brushing mine, cold like water from a deep well, but alive, pulsing, real. That night, I wrote her a letter. I left it under a stone near the cabin. The next morning, it was gone, and in its place was a drawing, charcoal, her face and mine, together. 1 week later, I brought someone with me, my cousin, just to prove I wasn't going mad. But she never came. The trees were the same, the air was still, but the forest felt hollow, as if it resented my betrayal. When I returned alone, she was waiting. This time, closer than ever. Her lips parted, and for the first time, she spoke outside my dreams. You can't belong to both worlds. I asked her what she meant. She didn't answer. She kissed me, and the forest exhaled. It was like drowning in memory, I saw lives that weren't mine. A wedding veil in the rain. A knife. Screams. Silence. Over and over. Her soul was shattered long before I found her. And somehow, a piece of it had fallen into me. Maybe we had met before. Maybe in some life I left her. And now, the forest gave her a chance to call me back. But I couldn't stay. Not yet. When I turned to leave, she didn't stop me. She just whispered, "Next time, decide." That was months ago. Now, every night, I dream of trees, of her eyes watching me from the fog. And every morning, I wake up with dirt on my hands and the scent of moss on my sheets. Some ghosts don't haunt places. They haunt promises. If this story lingers in your thoughts, maybe it was meant for you. Like, comment your theory and subscribe for more tales that walk the line between love, death, and everything in between.